My name's Mackenzie. I work as a writer-researcher here at Ethical Consumer, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about finance. So, if you follow your money, where do you think it goes? We all know that the mainstream banking sector isn't short of controversy. From tax avoidance and excessive pay, to the bank bailouts that have ushered in a new age of austerity. Are you one of 80% of people who bank with the big five? HSBC, Lloyds, RBS, Barclays, and Santander. All these banks sit at the bottom of our ethical ratings. So I'm joined by our finance expert, Joanna, to find out a little bit more about these banks. So Joanna, why do these banks score so badly on our rating?
The two key issues here for me were nuclear weapons and climate change. So with nuclear weapons, all of the big high street banks are invested in companies that are involved in the manufacture of nuclear weapons in various ways. And so they all got a worst rating under arms and military supply. The best one, or I suppose the least bad bank, is Santander. They've only got around $2 billion US.
$2 billion?
Invested in these kinds of companies. Most of that is in a company called the Ariane Group, which makes rocket motors for French ballistic missiles. The worst offender is Barclays. They've got over $1 billion US invested in BAE Systems, which is a UK company that makes components for the Trident missiles used by the US and the UK, but it also produces nuclear-armed air-to-surface missiles for the French military as well.
And it completely contradicts the image that banks try to portray about themselves in adverts and on their CSR reports. So what else are banks invested in that you'd like consumers to be more aware of?
Well, the second key issue for me was climate change. So all of the big high street banks lose marks under climate change for financing projects like coal mining projects, say on the Great Barrier Reef, for example. But a lot of them are actually involved in extreme fossil fuels projects. So this is things like Arctic drilling, ultra-deep offshore drilling, tar sands. So these are the super aggressive, carbon-intensive, environmentally damaging fossil fuels. They're also hugely detrimental to local communities, and they can be quite financially risky as well. All of the big high street banks, except Lloyds, were found by the Rainforest Action Network to either be involved or have been involved in financing extreme fossil fuels projects. The worst offender here is HSBC. Globally, so that's out of all companies in the world, they're the 7th largest investor in this industry. So last year they had investments of around $5.5 billion US.
Wow.
And that was an 88% increase on the year before. So they're getting deeper into it.
However, it's not all doom and gloom. A number of ethical alternatives are making it easier for you to choose a greener bank. We've come here to Triodos, our best buy for current accounts, to talk to them about ethics and transparency.
So Triodos has a really simple and really compelling vision at its heart, and that's the belief that actually money can be a really powerful force for good. If we think about it, where each of us spend, save or invest our money is really a vote for our values. It's a vote for the type of world we say we want to live in. So every product we offer lets your money work for both the benefit of people and the planet. And we believe, again, that money doesn't have to be invested in fossil fuels or tobacco or nuclear weapons. And as much as possible, we really encourage people to think about what their money is doing when it's in a bank of any shape or size or description, really.
So ultimately you have a choice. Either you can choose a bank with a history of shady investments, or you can switch to one of our ethical alternatives.